Got cool, cool, cool. Let me hit one more button here. Get the party started. And Alyce, you're gonna have to deal with me and Brandon gloating for a minute or two. We've been hanging out a little bit lately and partying at some shows and stuff, and I'm still kind of at a loss for words from that Lions at the Gate show from a few weeks ago, man, at the Whiskey.
Yeah, how cool how cool was that, man?
Dude, I'm still amazed by what we learned outside talking to Sid Wilson from Slipknot.
Yeah. I always thought that was him on the opening of a record as well. To
And
hear to hear it with Craig was pretty cool.
still mind blown. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you figure, oh, it's Sid. It's gotta be Sid. Nope.
not at all. Crazy. All right. All right. Well, we're done. We're done bugging about that, Alyce. Sorry, but I just had to get that out of the
Police finals.
way. So let's actually, I wanted to dig into you a little bit. I know Brandon for years now. Wanted to learn a little bit about you. And I guess anytime anyone gets a new job, the natural question is, how did you get the job? How did Brandon court you to join the Mendenhall Experiment? Tell me that story.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so first I just want to clear my name is Alyce. I know it looks like Alice, but it's
Sorry,
Alyce.
Alyce.
So I just wanted to get that out of the way. But yeah, I how did it happen? Hold on, give me a second. It's been a couple of years. Um, so it started with my dude Justin, who is already in the band as the drummer. Goes by Buzz. And so when Justin was offered, the position of drummer for the band, we ended up moving out to Cali. It was a whole thing. We moved to California to get closer to the band so that they could be successful. And I will say, in the past, before we moved out there, when we were still living in Illinois, TMX came through a couple of times in a past life, and Justin and I were in a couple of bands before, and we got to share the stage with them at this at a local venue. So we had an opportunity to kind of see each other perform. Like, Brandon and the rest of the band had already seen me, on stage before. So we moved out to Cali. Things were moving along, and COVID hit and everything, and things started to change, right, with Mario. And when we decided to part ways with Mario, Brandon hit me up. I was not looking for anything at the time. I was like totally kind of cool in my corner, like, all right, so I'm not in a band right now. That's totally weird, totally fine. And so then he asked me, and I was like, I don't know, I got to think about this for a second. Actually, I don't think I thought about it too long, maybe 10 minutes or so. Not sure. But yeah, that's really how it came to be. So, it wasn't like an official audition, although I guess I technically auditioned at the last shows we did in my old bands.
It was kind of extortion. Mario was messing up pretty bad, and I knew we needed somebody else, and I knew Alyce had what we needed and then some. So I was like, hey, what about this band? You ready to come try out? She's like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, I'm cool doing my writing and my art stuff, and I'm like, come on, come down, jam out with us, and finally she gave in.
Yeah, no
I'm
pressure.
glad, I'm glad you did because I'm loving the EP Against All Odds. Just came out back in November, and pretty rad to work with Chris Collier right out the gate.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, he's he's really cool to work with. Yeah, we had a lot of fun together, just like going through all the songs, and it was just great to like put. I love being creative. I actually love studio stuff. I love the writing the process, but I really love being in the studio and just playing around with different sounds and different styles. And yeah, Chris was a joy.
I'm kind of curious, at least with Chris and working with such a pro like that, was he a bigger help to you lyrically or voice wise, or how did he help you in the recording process?
Yeah, so lyrically, no, I didn't he didn't really help anywhere there, but I think with vocals it's really nice to get an outside perspective, right? I'm hearing everything essentially in my head, and then occasionally on a recording it's really cool to get a perspective from someone else to say, it'd be really good to fill this out if you added a harmony here, you resolved it in this way. So it was really cool. He just, he allowed a different sort of, I'm a listener, not a performer perspective that, it's always good to have when you're writing.
I feel like Chris with us, he brought a lot to the table as far as like structurally, like song structure and writing and stuff. He kind of opened it up, brought the songs to the next level, put some cool turnaround ideas in the stuff that we hadn't done on the previous record. And I think that really shines on this effort.
Speaking of vocals, the thing I was trying to figure out listening to it, especially on like Breaking Out and stuff, who is it that's doing the harsh vocals? I know it's not you, Brandon. Is that Lyra doing it?
Oh no, that's Justin. That's our drummer. He's got some really good scream vocals. He's been doing those for all the bands I've been in with him, actually.
Oh wow, coming from the drums. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I think he did all of the background vocals on the entire EP, right?
Yeah, and I think Chris chimed in for one of them, and I'm totally forgetting now because it's been a minute. But I know Chris did some screams on one of them. But yeah, Justin did most.
I think it was Pulse because we wanted that kind of gang vocal aesthetic.
Yes.
So I think he joined in with Justin and like I think Nate is actually on that as well. It was the three of them doing gang vocals together.
Wow, great to learn and hear. And speaking of the EP, we got to talk about Chris Garza lending a hand not only for the recording but the video. And I understand it was kind of a all-nighter for him coming out to record that tune in Vegas.
Yeah, Chris, we picked him up at like 7 in the morning, and everybody in my crew was like, "Oh, he's gonna want to come back to the hotel and like chill out, like relax, probably take a nap." And I was like, "Guys, you don't understand. You don't know Chris like I know Chris." I was like, "He's gonna want to go," and I was right on the money. As soon as we picked him up from the airport, he was like, "Let's get breakfast, let's get coffee, let's go to the studio, let's like jam out, let's go over the tune." Like he was on it, man, from like the moment we picked him up from the airport.
And rad that not only did he do the album, but came back and did the video too.
Yeah, and then he flew out his back helping us load the cabinets for the video, and he's a little tear off at me about that, but it's all for the good of the art. Sorry, Chris.
I love that it was like the cabs that threw out his back and not him like writhing around in the like shit.
Yeah, like bouncing off
expecting him to like injure himself during that part. Like, are you okay?
Bouncing off the walls of the shipping container, like going absolutely ballistic.
Sounded crazy. I was on the outside, like, what the heck is going on?
I told him, I was like, "Hey, don't break your guitar, but throw it. And like, let's get a good shot of you kind of roughing it up kind of thing." Because, he used to break a bunch of guitars on tour. Thankfully, he's moved past that, I think. Especially because he only have one custom shop 7-string Strat. So I think if he breaks it, he's in a rough spot. So he just kind of threw it, and we got that shot at the end of the video, and I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah, it looks sick. Looks sick. And dude, speaking of sick, you were showing off some tour dates, and ironic that the dates come out today, or the lineup comes out today for INKcarceration, which you're going to be a part of.
Oh, did that drop this morning? I haven't even seen. Yeah, we're gonna be playing the official after party campground stage on Saturday night, July 15th at INKcarceration. Do you know, is that the Pantera? Is Pantera playing on Saturday?
Yeah, they're playing. Hang on one second here. Yeah, Saturday they're the headliner along with Lamb of God.
Oh, dude, Lamb of God, yes. I haven't even seen it yet, so. So
you guys are catching it live here. We're getting real-time updates. That's pretty epic. Lamb of God and Pantera, you heard it here.
In this moment, motionless and white, under oath, the ghost inside. Oh, look, suicide
What?
silence.
What?
Dude, that's so cool.
That's so rad.
Maybe
That's
you
so
get Garza
rad.
to come out and play Pulse of the Lost.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna call him after this interview. Like, hey, dude.
Right?
By the way, we're on a bill together, bro.
Yeah, we did it.
So you guys are actually heading out for like what, 10, 12 dates or something in the Midwest there.
Yeah, we actually have to finalize that today. I was showing you the dates. They run from like, I don't know, July 13th through the 22nd, which is right before Alyce and I's birthdays. So we actually end in Chicago right before our birthdays. So that would be pretty epic.
Great way to spend your birthday on the road.
Right.
Have you, Alyce, have you ever played Michigan? Like, you're from there. Have you ever played there?
That's a good question. I don't. Seriously. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, every like active band I played has been Chicago based. So, I mean, yeah, no, I was actually thinking, looking at the dates, my family might actually be able to see me. So that'd be great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the IE family is going to have to wait a little bit longer, though, to see you.
Yeah, we gotta get some
I got
Cali
a
dates.
lot of us, you know, in 2020 last year,
Whatever last year was.
you know, whenever that was, time is irrelevant.
2021, 2022, something like
Mhm.
that. I hope we get some California dates this year. We've got a booking agent working on a couple more runs. I know my goal is at least to do 3 tours this year, hopefully 4. So one of those runs has to run us back through California.
Through the IE somewhere, right? Or SoCal something.
Yeah, SoCal. We love SoCal. SoCal, well, it's home for most of us, right?
Home sweet home. Alyce, I'm kind of going to hit you with this one because I think I know where Brandon would go with this, but I'm kind of curious, especially talking to a singer. We're an old school radio station. We do a feature called Mandatory Metallica every night at 10 p.m.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm kind of curious if you had to, if you had the gun to your head or a part of a tribute album or something, what Metallica tune would you cover? What would you want to sing from them?
Hi. Um, oh, fuck, man. Geez. Okay. I really want to cover.
I need some Jeopardy music going in the
I
background.
know, right?
I'm sure B is getting ready to
I
blurt
think,
out a song,
I
right?
think,
I know which one I would want to see her cover, and it's probably not what you would think I would say.
I mean, I'd probably say something like Unforgiven, right? But like, I'd probably say that. I'm also thinking about like, I don't know, my range and the sort of way that the way that I sing too, like what would lend itself to that. But why? What do you think, Brandon?
No Disclosure.
Oh,
Say
kind
it
of in the
again?
same vein.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
I would do the No Disclosure from the first S&M record.
Yeah, but then you got to hire an orchestra and everything.
I
Well, that's
know.
fine. Yeah. I mean, go big or go home, right?
You know me, Mike. I'm extra all the time.
Right.
What do you mean? What do you mean we don't have a budget for an orchestra? Like,
I've got
make it
friends with
happen.
instruments. We'll make it work.
I need more French horns.
Exactly.
Where's the tubas?
Right? I need more like cabinets on stage. I need like Slayer style stacked cabinets. Why isn't that a thing?
Nah, bro, you got to go Yngwie Malmsteen style cabinets on the stage, bro.
What
All
could
of
you like
Marshalls.
12 on each side, something like that?
Looks like 40 on each side the way he does it, man. It's just a big
Two
background of
freaking two
Marshall.
freaking semis with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we got that. We got the budget for that. right?
I mean, it's a man out of cardboard, you know, it's just image, right? Like, it's fine.
It's a big backdrop.
Exactly.
Don't tell anybody. We'll be like G&O. We'll start putting them up on the. There'll be virtual cabinets. We'll do them with like the lighting and the LCDs like they do now.
Just buy some flat screen TVs and just load them up with Marshall stack images.
There you go.
Maybe we can start making ourselves like cartoons and be like the second coming of the gorillas, but like metal.
We need a good metal
I'm here
cartoon.
for that.
Metalocalypse Part 2.
Heck yeah.
Can we at least get the season finale? Come on, Adult Swim. Where's that? Like, you gave us this rock or opera orchestra thing to like wrap it up, but it wasn't the proper finale.
They need a movie.
They do.
Yes.
They do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough for the time.